I want to talk to you guys real quick about the author's stance in their writing. This is especially important in this project because the point of this is for you to develop your opinion on a topic, but have that be rooted in evidence and science and facts. So we want you to have an educated opinion on a topic. So in order to do that, it's really important to know where your information is coming from. And part of that is knowing what your author's stance is. So if an author feels a certain way about a subject, they're going to present it in such a way that supports their opinion. So unless it's a scholarly article or a study that was created with objectivity in mind, chances are there is an underlying stance. So there are things you can do to help you understand what the author's stance is. One of those is figuring out what company or organization they are associated with. Because many topics are politically charged. This means that a certain political party is going to feel very strongly about this topic and present it in such a way that supports their opinion. So what we see that really often with news outlets. So liberal outlets will present the news in a way that supports a liberal perspective, and conservative outlets will do the same thing. However, this is not just a political concept. For example, we have two articles here on vaping. This article is an opinion piece written by a teen called What Adults Aren't Telling Us About Vaping. So in this article, this girl, who is a senior in high school, talks about how they are constantly told that, vaping is bad, it's dangerous, but she makes the point that young people have always done things that are unsafe, and they always will. If it isn't e-cigarettes, it will be something else. However, her big point is that the real beneficial thing that parents, the government, anybody can do to stop vaping from being so prevalent is to present them with facts. Because yes, vaping is bad, but they don't know why. What is it actually doing to our lungs? However, on the other side, this is an opinion piece written by a website for parents. It's called healthychildren.org, powered by pediatrician, trusted by parents. So this is coming from the parental point of view. So talking about how they're unhealthy and addictive, and giving advice on how you would deal with a teenager who is vaping. So they're very different perspectives. And it's important to understand the perspective of the author who's writing the piece, because if you pulled information from here, the fact that it's written by a teenager is going to affect the message. Whereas in this one, the fact that it's written for parents of teenagers will again change the perspective, because parents just want to know that their children are safe. They want to make sure that their children are engaging in anything dangerous. But this teenager makes the point that teenagers are going to do dangerous things anyway. So there's an example of author's stance and how it plays into the articles that we're reading. So why is it important? It's so important to know how both sides feel about a controversial topic, because we tend to surround ourselves with information that supports how we feel about something. But when we're doing that, we're not exposing ourselves to information that could still be valuable and credible. However, if you know the author's opinion, you'll know that their information might be biased. So often, if there's two sides to a conversation, the truth often lies somewhere in the middle, because, each side is going to write their information in a way that supports their own thinking. So it's important to expose yourself to information that is not only presented by the outlets that you agree with. So next, I want you to do this activity. You're going to read an article And then I just want you to reflect in a few sentences, just a paragraph, about your investigation, what you decide about the author's stance. So what do you think their stance is, and how does that affect your understanding of the text?